The following announcement has been paid for by
the ENN Podcast.
He has a good energy, guys.
Yeah. Can you believe it?
Sports.
Can you feel it? Can you feel that excitement?
The merchandise, wearing the hats.
Chris Wilde here live from Lincoln Financial.
And I'm telling you, if you let Eli Manning walk into that stadium...
Music.
Wow.
Man, again, and I hate to do this again, but these are goosebumps.
Whoa!
And more.
What's his next book gonna be called? Spineless?
Mike.
What is up, everybody? Professional wrestler Chris Wilde back with another reaction video, this time to a movie trailer, and a movie that I am anxiously awaiting and have been since I heard of its inception, and that is The Batman starring Robert Pattinson. Now, the trailer was just released yesterday, trailer number 2. This one a little bit longer, a little bit more detail goes into it. I can't wait to watch it, guys. We're going to watch it for the first time, at least I am, right here, right now, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to dig a little bit deeper into what we just saw. With that being said, let's get right into this trailer, guys, and I'm going to start it right now.
Police! Hands up!
I'm guessing that's the Riddler.
Get out of here!
Green cup. Question mark. Awesome.
Fear is a tool. But when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning. I've been trying to reach you.
Burn to God!
This is about a king, and Riddler's the match.
Catwoman's got
I can take care of myself.
If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left.
I don't care what happens to me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
There we go.
Whoa! Take it easy, sweetheart.
That's Penguin.
Hear everything they say, ain't you?
Maybe we're not so different. Who are you under there?
Nice. Wow, what a scene. Excellent.
I'm vengeance.
Yeah. The Batmobile action.
Black and blue and dead all over. You take
Very soprano. There he is. Wow. Excellent trailer, guys. Whenever I do this and I hold up the goosebumps, you know it's going to be good. I'm going to digest this for a minute. I'll be right back. Wow. Awesome. Excellent. The Batman trailer. I'll be right back in 2 seconds and you won't notice. All right, guys, I'm back. And I got to be honest, blown away by this trailer. That is how you do it. That's how you get it done. That is how you bring a fan base in with a really awesome trailer like that. I got to be honest, I saw the first trailer, was kind of iffy on it. This one absolutely sold me on this Batman. I'm absolutely excited about this movie. Now, going into this trailer, let me talk about my love for Batman, because look, it's something that I think Batman has been in a lot of our childhoods. For me, my first exposure to Batman was not from the comics or the old TV show or even the cartoons, but it was the 1989 film starring Michael Keaton. Now, Michael Keaton coming into this movie had a lot of critics because before Batman, he was basically just a comedy actor. A lot of people didn't think that he could pull it off, and he absolutely knocked it out of the park with the two films, Batman and Batman Returns. Absolutely awesome. And to this day, I don't think that there's a actor that suited Batman more than Michael Keaton. Now, Christian Bale, with his set of movies, with Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, so The Dark Knight's probably the best Batman movie ever. He knocked it out the park too. This guy just had everything. It would have been great to see him in some more Batman movies. And then you had some of the other guys that were just kind of in movies that we want to forget. Guys like Val Kilmer and George Clooney with the Batman and Robin movie. Again, very kid-like, very cartoonish, just not Batman. Batman is what this should be. And then as I started getting older, I started digging into the comics and seeing how very dark and complicated this character is, and it looks like from this trailer they're going to dig into that. Now, my first reaction to this, and before I actually get to that, I was talking to Nicole yesterday, and she hates Batman, and she said that she just saw the trailer and that it looked really good, and she said something to me that I will talk about when describing this movie, or this trailer, I'm sorry, and it was Robert Pattinson looks like a good Batman, but he does not look like a good Bruce Wayne. And watching this, that statement there, it says so much, because I think that he's not Bruce Wayne yet. When you look at this trailer, I think Batman, as far as Bruce Wayne is Batman. Batman has to wear the mask of Bruce Wayne, if that makes any sense. And this is year 2, according to some of the research I did. This is year 2 of Batman, still a very young, very angry, very vengeful Batman. And he has not learned how to be Bruce Wayne yet. He has not learned how to be Bruce Wayne. He's the angry Batman. And again, that statement, he looks like a good Batman and not a Bruce Wayne, I think that's the way it's supposed to be. You see him, he looks younger, he's got a little bit darker hair. He just looks very complex throughout the entire trailer. I think that's going to be the sentiment for the movie. Batman, you look at a guy like Batman, no superpowers, right? Like Superman had every superpower you could think of. What would make Batman such a good superhero? And it's the fact, and like in this trailer you see, he brings fear. That people fear him. You see in the trailer he talked about the bat signal, which we see, and it's a little bit different than past bat signals, right? In the past, the bat signal was on the roof of the building. This one's kind of a little bit like on a second floor of the structure. The bat symbol is tattered. It looks like it's just metal kind of placed in there, which makes it look real sloppy in the sky. But he talks about that being a warning. It's not a sign of hope, like the Superman symbol. This is like a warning out there, and you see that with this Batman. Right away, again, you see the Joker, or I'm sorry, not the Joker, the Riddler, played by Paul Dano, sitting in that diner. It's raining everywhere. I love the rain. That reminds me of The Crow, one of my favorite movies ever. The whole movie was pretty much in the rain.
Can't rain all the time.
And again, with a dark Batman, I think this fits here as well. You see Paul Dano sitting there. He did something that he knew he was going to get caught for, kind of like in the other Batman movies where the Joker set up to get caught to go into the jail. This looks like Paul Dano, Edward Nashton, the Riddler, does the same thing. Now, the Riddler in this movie is based off the Zodiac Killer, which I think is brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant, right? Because, again, some of the past Riddlers are so cartoonish. I mean, yes, he set riddles and made things a little bit tough on Batman, but this one, to base it off the Zodiac Killer, combining his riddles with really horrible deaths, as we see he kills the mayor in this, and then going to jail to get to Batman, I think is absolutely awesome. What a great take on that character. On one of the scenes in the trailer, you see Batman kind of standing in the middle of all these different clues. I think this is just going to make for an absolutely great thriller type mystery kind of movie, and that's what Batman is. He is he is a mystery. He's a mystery of a superhero, and I think this movie is going to unravel a little bit of that. Now, again, just watching this trailer, it kind of reminded me of the series Gotham, maybe a step ahead of that. You see Selena Kyle come out in this. She has kind of a romantic thing with Batman. That's always been the case. In Gotham, the series, Batman and Selena Kyle knew each other from when they were younger. I don't know if that's going to be the story for this, but you can kind of see that while she's the villain and he is the babyface, using a wrestling term, they're both kind of fighting for the same thing, right? People that need it. Vengeance. He says, I am vengeance. Just, again, goosebumps when you think about it. You see the great Andy Serkis plays Alfred. Alfred looks badass. Again, I look back to Gotham. In Gotham, Alfred kind of trained Batman. And I feel like that's going to be the story here. Jeffrey Wright's James Gordon. Love Jeffrey Wright's stuff. Westworld was amazing on HBO. I think he was going to be a great James Gordon. Again, it's not Commissioner Gordon yet. There is another commissioner. And then one of the most interesting characters, I think, in this trailer that you see is Colin Farrell, who plays Oswald Cobblepot, which is not yet the Penguin. And again, I hate to keep talking about this series, but in the Gotham series, you had Oswald Cobblepot and you had the Riddler, and they weren't yet those characters. And it seems like this is a step up to them becoming those characters. Now, Colin Farrell looks a lot like Tony Soprano in this. I don't know if that is something that we're supposed to think because, Tony Soprano, mob boss. I don't know if that's something that we're supposed to think, but he definitely looks a lot like it. And in one of my favorite scenes, which I'll get to in a minute, he kind of says some stuff like that Tony says. But just, yeah, absolutely great. You never see the Riddler's face throughout this whole thing. You see a very angry Batman kicking ass, hitting that prison glass. Again, Batman older is stoic, and it's hard to really penetrate him. Man, that sounded horrible. But it's hard to get under his skin, I should have said. And in this one, this guy is just all over the place. Again, inspiring fear. The scene where he just absolutely destroys those kids in the face paint. And it's weird because if you see that there's the one scene where he's watching them on the subway. There's a girl on her cell phone that they're not bothering or anything. And it's like Batman stalked these kids and just beat the shit out of the one. You see the finger tasers, which I don't remember Batman having. Would be great for some of us in law enforcement to have. I kind of marked out for that. But you see the fear on the one kid's face, and Batman's kicking the guy's ass. Again, this is a Batman that watched his parents killed and hasn't yet learned how to kind of take that rage in and hold it. You see it. Well, I guess, and while I'm talking about that, we could talk about my favorite scene, in this whole trailer. I think there's two of them. The first one being, you see Selena Kyle watching Batman absolutely pound and beat the shit out of what I believe is the Riddler. Because you can kind of, if you look real hard, you can kind of see the mask. And that's another thing about the Riddler and going back to the Zodiac Killer. A lot of people talked about the Zodiac Killer wearing a mask with his glasses over top of it. You see the Riddler doing that where he's got that kind of military cold weather mask with the glasses over top of that. But Batman's beating the shit out of him, and you just see the absolute fear and shock on Selena Kyle's face. Again, just goosebumps to that. I think that's who Batman was in year two, obviously. And then there's the last scene of the trailer. You see Oswald Cobblepot, and he's driving away. There's a bunch of fire, and he's saying, I got you. And then here comes that Batmobile. Comes out of that fire. And it reminds me of, I can't remember if it was Batman and Robin or Batman Forever. It was the one with Val Kilmer in it where Two-Face is kind of laughing because he thinks he just defeated Batman in that explosion, and Batman comes out of it. I think that might have been a nod to that movie. But I just thought that was great, and a great way to end the trailer, guys. I mean, this thing had a little bit of everything. Let's talk about that Batmobile. One of the things you look for in these Batman movies is that Batmobile. This one looks like it's an old muscle car that he rigged up with like a jet engine. I mean, it looks absolutely awesome. And that's the thing I can tell. Like if the Batman movie has a good Batmobile, it's going to be a good movie. So just tons of stuff to digest here, guys. Obviously not a movie for kids. I also, something about the trailer that I absolutely love is the music that they used to begin the trailer was Nirvana's Something in the Way. It was a different version. This kind of brings me back to Black Widow. They used Smells Like Teen Spirit, a different version to that, a very slow, kick-ass version. And what a, if you know that song by Nirvana, and I'm not going to do a review on that song right now, but you know, Something in the Way, the lyrics of the song kind of have something to do with this storyline. And a storyline that comes from some of the comics, Batman Year 1, Batman Year 2, and then Batman's Long Halloween, which actually the guy that played James Gordon, Jeffrey Wright, actually studied to get the feel for James Gordon. So absolutely looks great, guys. It absolutely looks great. And again, just like she said, just like Nicole said, Robert Pattinson actually looks like a good Batman, but doesn't look like a good Bruce Wayne. And I think that is the story. That is what it's supposed to be. And will he become a better Bruce Wayne by the end of that? I doubt it, as we are still years away from that. But real quick before I end this, just an honorable mention to some of the other good scenes in there. How about that scene where he's getting where all the gunshots shots are? There's no lights. It's completely dark. The only light is the fire from the gun. I think that was awesome. And then again, when he's beating up all the kids in the clown paint, he gets shot in that Batman emblem close range, and it bounces off. Again, just absolutely awesome scene. Matt Reeves directs this film, and I just think it's going to be great. Absolutely hyped up for it. Can't wait. I don't do many movie trailer reactions anymore. There's a lot of work that goes into this, but this is just one of them I absolutely had to do because, as you can tell, Batman's kind of my guy, and I can't wait to see where this goes. And I'm hoping the best for Robert Pattinson's Batman. I think it's off to a great start, guys. Look, and if you like reviews like this one, please check out on this channel the Sopranos reviews from the Soprambros, myself and professional wrestler Zach Connor. We decided to review one of the best, if not the best, TV series of all time in conjunction with the new movie, The Many Saints of Newark. Check it out. You will not regret it. I can promise you that. With that being said, guys, everybody stay safe out there. Stay healthy. Go Birds, and I'll see you later.